Hello friends, in this video we will see what's happened when moon sits in different houses in Libra ascendant, and this is the third part of the video. So, let's start. Moon in 9th house. The moon is a well-perceived benefic presence whose immense goodness and softness is the only reason behind adverse impacts. Besides this, the arrival of moon in the 9th house would bring most of the moon shades upon the native score with a special fantastical blend of moon. The natives of this placement having moon in 9th house would be truly fantastical and imaginary in their approach towards life, as they would lack the practical understanding at large. The natives having Chandra in 9th bhava will see at everything with the imaginary vision and will perceive their own world beyond the sky and will firmly believe upon the same as well, but they are quite imbalanced at their mind. They are highly curious in their approach. These people having moon in 9th house are sincere in their attitude and are strong followers of spiritual and philosophical norms and beliefs. They are affectionate and warm in their approach and possess pure thoughts, but moon keeps them unsatisfied with their present at most of the times. Their mind always asks them to move somewhere far away from the present place, and so on. They are perceived to travel much in life and would perceive the knowledge of variant people and their culture. This is a pacifier of mental restlessness of these native having Chandra in 9th bhava. The 9th house is ruled by planet Jupiter, for which the native will receive the impacts of planet Jupiter as well, besides which the friendly relation between the Jupiter and moon would bring positive results to the person. These natives would have a life path of 75 octoscans, besides which it will bring comforts and pleasures from the sun and truly keeps the person upon the spiritual and moral path. Besides this, a positive placement in the 3rd house would endow the person with great prosperity and wealth. These natives moon in 9th bhava should keep the things associated with moon inside the house like square piece of silver. They should offer milk to snakes and rice to fishes and should serve laborers with milk. Moon in Gemini. Gemini is a dual sign, ruled by Mercury, which shares an inimical relationship with moon. Mercury is a neutral earthy planet while moon is a feminine watery planet. This placement of moon makes the native friendly, cheerful, emotional, reserved, and lonesome. Native has an uncanny ability to make quick observations. People with moon in Gemini tend to be mentally sharp and alert. These people form an impression about things and people quite quickly. They are exceptionally good with multitasking and are quite versatile. They are quite perceptive and understanding in nature. Outgoing and sociable, these natives tend to have a huge social circle. They get attached to people and talk a lot. Their sense of humor is good. Communication is their strong suit, both oral as well as written. At times, these people become moody too. And there is a restlessness in their nature, as if their mind is constantly occupied, always in search of new information. Such natives tend to be quite intellectual and have a long life. They can be good mathematicians or writers too. 10th Lord in the 9th house. The person is fortunate in career. If the planet is in good dignity, then the person give high-level career with abundant favor and blessings from gurus. The person oriented towards higher education, philosophy, religion, ethics and healing of the spirits, long-distance traveling jobs often for spiritual purpose. The person can be publisher, lawyer, justice of the courts. Parents plays a role in the person's career. The person follows a hereditary profession or that of a preacher, teacher or a healer. The person will be a dutiful child and do many charitable deeds. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is dependent on parents to support him or her. It is very easy that person loses their initiative. Moon in 10th house. The moon is one of the most pleasant presents but could also appear somewhat difficult at times, while on the other hand, it lacks at the aspects of power and rules over creativity. Here, the arrival of moon in 10th house would definitely bring the contented pictures of professional and social life, but with some instability. The people of this placement having moon in 10th house would seek towards attaining high mounts in the professional arena, for which they would try their efforts in various paths and would give their best to develop a strong plateau for themselves in the social enclosure. They are very much concerned about their presence and stand in the world and feel satisfied and peaceful when they receive good attention and admiration. They could be in marketing, shipping commodities or professions serving the public somehow. The natives of this placement moon in 10th power would carry a blend of emotions even in their vision towards career path, as their professional decisions would be somewhat influenced with their sentimental preferences, while on the other hand, they keep on trying to protect their vulnerable core. They are emotionally craved towards success and achievements which would take them towards heights, but it's a difficulty as well. Their immense emotional side could be a problem in their professional path. The natives of this placement are very much sincere towards their goals, as they want to do something appreciable in life and something that would satisfy their family, as it gives them immense happiness to come up to others' expectations and as well as of themselves, while not being able to reach them would be a reason for their distress. The 10th house is ruled by planet Saturn and is affected by the placement of 4th power, which is ruled by Moon, and so on. It develops a pleasant relation between the Saturn and Moon. Here the placement of Chandra in the 10th power bestows longevity to the native, that is an age of almost 90 years. But the natural inimical relationship between the Saturn and Moon will leave liquid medicines harmful for the person. Milk will prove poisonous in night, while if the native would be in a medical profession, then dry medicines given by him, her would be magically beneficial for others. These people having Chandra in 10th power would acquire great success and affluence in the surgery professions. Besides this, the vacant 2nd and 4th power would bestow him her heavy influence, while if Saturn gets placed over the ascendant, then the native would spoil her life due to opposite sex, as especially with widower. He or she would receive great benefits from the profession associated with Saturn. The natives of this placement of Chandra in 10th power are advised to pursue religious rituals and to pay respect and worship to deities, as it would further enhance the fortune of the person. They should never have milk in the night and should stay away from immoral liquor, non-vegetarian food and adultery, as that will keep the adverse impacts away. They should keep a container filled with rain or river water within the house for 15 years, as it will keep the evil impacts of Moon away from the person. Moon in Cancer. Cancer is Moon's own sign, so naturally Moon feels at home here. This is a positive placement for Moon. If you have Moon in Cancer, you are likely to have a strong drive and determination, but at the same time, you are quite accommodating and compromising in nature. You are an emotional being, receptive to others' feelings. You have a fertile imagination and sense of creativity. But since you are a sentimental being, it affects your decision-making ability when you need to make rational and unbiased choices. Emotions influence you more than logic. While you are a good listener to others' problems, you like to hide your own feelings. You are deeply attached to your home and family. The sense of security is very important for your peace of mind. You flourish in a place where you feel secure and loved. You are a very romantic person, someone who values relationships, loyalty and emotional security. You are a peace-loving and gentle soul, but sometimes you become too moody due to Moon's constant motion. This crabby nature often affects your personal relationships. Moreover, you also have a tendency to be suspicious and mistrusting at times. 10th Lord in the 10th house. The person is full in career. If the planet is in good dignity, then the person has career which on the level of king or top of executive, highly respected and honored at workplace. Generous and get fame due to work. The person can handle large projects and can lead large group of people, team leader, works on politics, get success in government, or with large corporations. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person will have no self-respect. The person will be a dependent all his life. He will be fickle-minded, may trapped in government jobs, not capable in hard work and overly dependent on others in career areas, knee injuries at career place, no structure in career field. Moon in 11th house. The moon is the most pleasant and warm presence of celestial arena, for which it is a well-perceived benefic presence, while the same softness could also bring problems at times. The arrival of Moon in the 11th house would bring positive impacts and would bless the person with a blissful and happy life. The natives of this placement of Moon in the 11th house would be truly warm and humanitarian from the core, as they would carry the approach for the goodness of all around. They would carry many true relations around and would develop great friendships comprising most of women. They feel secure in relationships, as it could be said that relations are their need. They possess immense emotions and so on, respect others' emotions. The natives of this placement having moon in the 11th house possess variant passions and dreams, but at the whole they desire deep to reach the high mounts and carry high aspirations, and in all that, they always remain unselfish, but being quite unstable in their approach, they could often change their future plans. These people having Chandra in 11th power needs to be quite firm and stable in their path, as that will bring them great success. The 11th house in the horoscope chart receives the influence of planet Jupiter and Saturn, for which this house would provide the results from this combination. The arrival of moon on 11th bhava would adversely affect the native's sun, while if Ketu gets placed over the 4th bhava in the horoscope chart, then it will bring negative impacts to the native's mother. The profession associated with Mercury would not bring benefits if the moon would be malefic here. These natives should not buy or begin the construction of house on Saturday, and should not pursue Canyadan or get involved in any marriage on Fridays, as it will bring adverse impacts upon the native. The natives of this placement having Chandra in 11th bhava should offer milk in sacred places and donate milk to needy people. You should heat a piece of gold and put the same in a glass of milk before drinking it. These natives should offer 125 pieces of sweet preferred peda in a river. Moon in Leo. Leo is a strong and fierce sign ruled by Sun, which is a fiery planet that shares a friendly relationship with Moon. The relationship of Sun and Moon works like a seesaw. Together these two forces work like father and mother who balance a household despite their differences. When the fire of Sun is too much to handle, the watery Moon balances the energy. Having Moon in Leo, you are likely to be a confident person, with a strong desire to lead. You like to rely on your own efforts than asking someone for help. You attach your emotions to whatever you indulge in, whether it's a new relationship or a new job. Your leadership skills are excellent and you have the confidence needed to influence the masses. Your outlook towards life is quite positive. Your personality is royal, and so is your dressing sense. There is a regal quality about you, and that explains your never-ending love for luxuries. You like to have non-vegetarian food. As a person, you are outgoing, cheerful, charitable, and dutiful. People listen to what you say, much like a teacher. At times, you feel alone. You tend to earn a lot of recognition as well. However, Moon in Leo also causes stomach-related disorders at times. 10th Lord in the 11th house. The person gets many opportunities in career. If the planet in good dignity, then the person has good income, high status, works with people of renown, elder siblings help them in their career, inspirational speaker, very honorable person, and has a good group of friends and well connected with people. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person have friends will turn enemies and cause him every sort of hardship and worry. The person wrong thinking and have friends and elder siblings which are not helpful. They may harm the career of the person. Elder siblings becomes dependent and needs support from them. They also lack of motivation and depressive attitude towards growth of the life. Moon in 12th house. The moon is a well-believed positive celestial presence which bestows pleasing results to the native and brings goodness in her life path. The placement of moon in the 12th house would bring pleasures and comfort to the person who could cause imbalance in finances at times, but altogether there would be a good picture. The natives of this placement of moon in the 12th house are truly emotional and sensitive in the social arena, for which they will listen to others' need earlier and will truly feel their pain. They can well understand the requirements of others and try to help people around with their best efforts. On the other hand, they are quite reserved and unable to express their inner core, as they fear for being misunderstood and hurt and seek for their inner security, for which they feel peaceful in solitude. Their sensitive core is the reason for their unstable personality. Besides being quite fragile from inside, they will also confront instability in their career path due to being quite unclear in their approach, which could bring them periodic retirement at times. They believe in public welfare and would be involved in public institutions, hospitals, government or any other large corporation. The 12th house is ruled by planet Jupiter, who shares a pleasing relation with Moon, as resulting in positive impacts from this placement. This placement of Moon in 12th house would bring positive effects upon the things associated with Mars and in the bhava of its placement, but it could harm the things related to Mercury and Ketu and upon their horoscope placements. Besides this placement of Chandra in 12th bhava would bring some unreasonable fear in the native's life and could bring him/her lack of sleep and peace of mind. The placement of Ketu in the 4th bhava along with this placement would bring adverse impacts upon the native's son and mother. The natives of this placement of Chandra in 12th bhava should wear gold over body and should drink milk after putting a hot piece of gold in it. They should remain true in the life path and devoted towards the spiritual aspects, as that will reduce the malefic effects of this placement. Besides this, the malefic effects of Ketu in the 4th bhava could be reduced through offering milk, food and services at the religious places and to the needy people around. Besides which, these natives should never earn money or have business associated with educational institutes and should never help children for free education. Moon in Virgo. Virgo is known to be a calculative zodiac sign, ruled by Mercury, which also stands for intellect and is a neutral earthy planet. The relationship between Mercury and Moon is neutral. When Moon is positioned in Virgo, the native usually has an attractive face and body. Such a person has a way with words, is an eloquent speaker. There is a sense of truthfulness and purity in their persona. These people often indulge in religious pursuits and are kind humanitarians who are compassionate to other beings. It is difficult to label their emotional nature as sentimental, but that doesn't mean that they are unemotional either. Their feelings and emotional nature is complex. You get hurt quite easily and there is at times an inferiority complex in you. You are more driven by your intellect and logic than emotions and instincts. Whatever you say and do is always backed by logic and common sense. You are a practical person who accepts the reality as it is. You like to help and take care of needy people. You also have a philosophical bent of mind and good ability to learn. Professions like teaching, astrology, mathematics and business suit you the most. 10th Lord in the 12th house. The person have career of liberation. If the planet in good dignity, then the person becomes a spiritual seeker, have career in spirituality, healing, foreign jobs, hospitals and clinics, may volunteer in educational, spiritual or humanitarian organization. May work in isolated places like correctional institutions, very generous, self-sacrificing, focused in enlightenment, does well in foreign business and foreign people. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person lack in comforts and face many difficulties in life. He will be separated from his family and wander about without success. He will indulge in bad career and other nefarious activities. The person causes sorrow to his family and relatives and not able to sleep or enjoy themselves due to job-related worries and stress. When the 10th Lord in 6th, 8th and 12th house, it is known as the yoga. This yoga affects the professional and finances life of the person.